If you are ever unsure whether Bowser is actual royalty, all you need to do is look at his family tree to realize that yes, Bowser is as royal as they come. It's a mess with a capital M, to say the least, filled with children who were biological, then maybe adopted, and then suddenly not kids anymore, unknown partners, and bizarre brothers. I say we figure out once and for all who is who within the web of confusion that is the Koopa clan. Let's start simple. This is Bowser, formerly known as King Koopa. If you're not familiar with him, you clicked on the wrong video. But this is also Bowser. Baby Bowser, as in Bowser when he was a baby. He's most commonly seen in the Yoshi's Island series as the main villain of the game, where we find he has abilities not too dissimilar from his grown-up self. Breathing fire, tons of strength, access to a legion of minions, all of them are things Baby Bowser is already known to do. Just like later in his life, Baby Bowser is often seen with Kamek by his side, although he's more of a mentor or even nanny for young Bowser, while his role for the adult king is more that of an advisor or second in command. What is interesting though is that Baby Bowser's title is fairly inconsistent throughout his appearances. In the original Yoshi's Island and Woolly World, Baby Bowser is already referred to as King, but in Partners in Time he is constantly called Prince Bowser, even referring to himself as such. Now, if we go looking for in-universe explanations for this, because it's more fun than simply different localization teams using different wordings, it could then be assumed Partners in Time's past sections take place before the Yoshi Island series does, with the coronation of young Bowser somewhere in between those two. That would then mean Bowser regresses from speaking normal sentences in Partners in Time to baby speak in the Yoshi's Island games, but inconsistencies like that are inevitable when looking into Mario lore, I'm afraid. Assuming this timeline placement is correct though, it would then be fair to assume the previous king or queen of the Koopas is still in service throughout the events of Partners in Time, just off screen, which is honestly kinda weird to think about. Whether that is Bowser's father or mother or someone else, we have absolutely no clue. Nothing is known about Bowser's parents or the workings of the Koopa lineage. Either way, considering Kamek seems to function as Baby Bowser's ever-present caretaker, I doubt the Koopa King had a great relationship with his predecessor. Fortunately, he made sure not to pass on that generational pain to his own son Bowser Jr. As I'm willing to bet most of you will know, at the current point in the Mario franchise, Bowser Jr. is Bowser's only true blood relative. He is of course also the current Prince of the Kingdom, and will in the future inherit Bowser's throne. DNA tests won't be necessary, because appearance-wise, Bowser Jr. is the spitting image of his father as a child. So much so that I'm willing to bet Nintendo added the bandana, mostly to differentiate the two. While I really like Jr. as a character, I think he's a great addition to the Mario cast, it's that same prominence that also makes him a bit of a dull character to discuss for this video. There is not a lot to say about Bowser Jr. that you don't already know, simple as that. The biggest question mark that remains looming over his person, or Koopa, is the identity of his mother. I can't believe I have to say this in the year 2024, but I have seen a few too many theories to completely skip over it. Peach is not his mother. It's literally the point of Mario Sunshine, and by the end, literally all involved parties agree that she is not his mother. He may still call her mama in a few games here and there, but he is not her son, simple as that. So, who is his mother? Well, the fact of the matter is that we don't know. And by we, I mean humanity as a whole, because I don't think even Shigeru Miyamoto knows. I believe the answer simply is a character to be Bowser Jr.'s mother was never created. And while we can of course theorize, the fact of the matter is that there isn't one candidate who makes sense. We have never seen Bowser have a normal relationship with a woman before. Nor have we even seen fellow members of the Koopa species in his age range. As far as we know, Bowser is the only fully grown Koopa in the universe, which is a level of loneliness that would actually explain his actions to an extent. Oh, and just to clarify, when I say Koopa, I mean whatever species Bowser, Jr. and the Koopalings are, not the Koopa Troop species, which is super common and a different thing. And speak of the devil, let's shift our focus over to the Koopalings. They have gone from major additions to the inner workings of the Mario franchise in Super Mario Bros. 3 almost 40 years ago to holding a very undefined position. Originally, all 7 of them were Bowser's children. This is outright stated in the instruction booklet of Super Mario Bros. 3 in both English and Japanese, and when they later return for Super Mario World, a promotional card repeats this title. Their chances of a hefty inheritance faded quite quickly though. Following Super Mario World, the Koopalings were never referred to as Bowser's kids again. Hell, for the next few decades they wouldn't even appear in any games to begin with. The last piece of official Nintendo media to refer to the Koopalings as Bowser's children that I could find was a little forgotten game known as Super Smash Bros. Melee. Here, Bowser's Japanese trophy mentions he has children, plural, meaning it could also not be a case of foreshadowing to the events of Sunshine that would appear on the GameCube a year later. But yeah, this has since all been scrapped. The Koopalings have been dishonored as Bowser's children and replaced by the sole Bowser Jr. Currently, the Koopalings are in a weird place, where they are sometimes shown to be high-ranking members of the Koopa Troop, but also sometimes portrayed as a sort of outside hire, almost as if they're a mercenary group. The relationship among themselves has also shifted, as while the official reading is that they're siblings, that is not always as evident and sometimes outright avoided. Another noteworthy point about the Koopalings is how they interact with Bowser Jr. While the first initial contact is in Mario & Luigi Paper Jam, the best place to look for information about this is Bowser Jr.'s Journey, the bonus campaign from the remake of Bowser's Inside Story for 3DS. While the tone of it all is quite lighthearted, I would describe what this story portrays as a small power struggle between Bowser Jr., heir to the throne, and the Koopalings, who are shown to be more experienced and mature than Jr. They do refer to him as Lord Jr. though, and are loyal to his command, even if Bowser Jr. doesn't always treat them with equal respect. While this little side story is nothing mind-blowing or anything, it does provide a nice little look into the inner relations of the Koopa Troop elite. Now, if I got a coin for every time a group of characters were referred to as Bowser's children, only to then lose that title later, I would have 2 coins. Which isn't a lot, but it's weird it happened twice. Because not only did this happen to the Koopalings, it was also the fate of the Koopa Kids, or Mini Bowsers, as they were known in Europe. These are Mario Party original characters, from the days that could actually happen, and appeared in plenty of the early numbered titles. Originally, they were a species of Koopas, but later they got one titular Koopa Kid, only for Bowser's henchmen to then become 3 differently colored Koopa Kids. Confusing, yeah, but wait until you hear the absolute mess that is their relationship with Bowser. So, throughout most of the games, they treat Bowser more as their boss or leader than a father. They hail him as a subject would, and refer to him as Mr. Bowser or Sir. In turn, Bowser threatens to dock their pay when they mess up, for example. But on other occasions, he also threatens to ground them, and there are a few moments throughout the series where they refer to one another as father and son, although they are rare. In the original Japanese Mario Party, the Koopa Kids are described as Koopa-sama no Bunshin, which can mean either King Bowser's kids or King Bowser's avatars, in the sense that they are Bowser's other selves. Both are quite out there to say the least, and with this Bowser bunch not having appeared in almost 20 years, I think it's safe to say that whatever they once were, they are no longer. But unexplained as they still are, the Koopa Kids do hold a position somewhere on the Bowser family tree. And that exact same sentence also applies to one of the Mario series' most bizarre characters of all time. Bowser's brother. Yes, Bowser has a brother apparently. Although, as is apparently tradition in the Koopa family tree, this character also has a confusing past and several pieces of official material that all contradict each other. So let's start with the facts. At the end of each world in Super Mario Bros. The Lost Levels, you face off against imposters of Bowser, with the last one being a differently colored blue one, which is noteworthy in and of itself. According to several official character books released in Japan around the time of this game, we're talking the late 80s, this character is referred to as Bowser's brother. However, official guides for the game call this boss either another fake Bowser or Blue Bowser, without any mention of a familial relationship. What makes things even trickier is that, since The Lost Levels was a Japan-only game, this character was never localized, because by the time Super Mario All-Stars released and brought The Lost Levels to the West, the character was recolored green, like every other imposter, with Bowser's mysterious brother removed from the face of the Mushroom Kingdom. While this blue version of the Koopa King has been referenced as recently as Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, With Bowser's blue alt, the tip associated with it calls Blue Bowser a fake and an imposter, indicating that if Bowser's brother was ever real, he too has been erased from the family tree. So yeah, to conclude, Bowser's family tree has seen quite some pruning and trimming over the years, and while I doubt the branches that have been cut will ever regrow, who's to say new ones won't be added in the future? And who knows, maybe one day we'll find out who Bowser Jr.'s mother is. If you have any thoughts or theories about Bowser's bizarre family affairs, feel free to share them in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a like and subscribing to the channel to stay updated on all my future Mario content coming up. For now, thanks for watching and enjoy the rest of your day.